Hey boys, welcome back again. Hope you guys are doing alright. Now today I've decided to shout out to you guys and I really need your help. As you know, the rear wheel drive Starlet's been coming along and we're at a point now where we're just about to get the car rolling, but we're missing a couple of pieces. I've searched everywhere, I've called all the wreckers, I've looked out online, and there's a couple of things that I cannot find anywhere, and I'm praying that you guys can help me out here and help us get this car back on the road again. So if you look here, we've got a manual gearbox. This is just a C150 gearbox, and this cast iron bracket here bolts on something like that, and then you've got this rubber mount here that bolts on the top, which then goes into the body. Now, because we're doing an automatic gearbox in the rear wheel drive Starlet, these brackets don't fit. Don't ask me why. When I pulled this out of the car, we threw the brackets away. I've got another spare gearbox, and we also threw that bracket away. Luckily enough, this part here is fine. These are both the same and they're interchangeable, so that's all good. But this part, I cannot find one of these for the life of me. If anyone has one of these, I'll pay whatever you guys want plus freight. This would get me out of a lot of trouble. The second thing is, all the solenoids and the wires for the automatic gearbox, this is a 4-speed out of a Paseo, so it's an A444E gearbox, I believe. Now, I'll show you the other gearbox I've got so you can see what plugs and stuff are on there. They look something like this. These are for the solenoids, and then we've got the shifter wires as well. I've looked through all the different wrecking yards. Nobody up here has a Paseo for the life of me. So if you have any of those two things, that'd be awesome. Now you guys might be thinking, why don't we just make one? But the problem is we don't know where the height's meant to be set for the gearbox. If we do it too high or too low, it's going to change the CV angle, and it could stuff up the driveline there. So we want to keep it as factory as possible. Second thing that we need help with, and give you a quick sneak peek of this, Nick's picked himself up an EP82 Starlet. Now this is the most spec Starlet you've ever seen. It has all the crazy done up interior and all that and whatnot. We are chasing a couple of standard seats for it, any condition, whatever you guys have. Also the cluster. I want to get rid of this cluster and put this one back to factory as well. So we've got, the factory cable speedo and the factory gauges. And last but not least, we're chasing just the factory grille for these quad headlights. If someone has a second-hand one they want to get rid of, we'll happily buy it. And no doubt there's going to be other things in this car that we need to get as well. So that's all we're chasing today. If you have either of those things, please chuck a comment below and let us know how we can get in contact with you guys. We really need these parts. Now you're probably wondering, what the hell is Nick doing with an EP82 Starlet? That's way too flash for him. What's happening is he's been searching for one of these, he reckons, for a couple of years, and he's finally tracked one down. If you watched the last episode when we had his white Starlet on the dyno, we pulled one of the spark plugs out and the porcelain had dropped off at some point, however many weeks or months ago. We've got low comp on that cylinder. So this week we're going to pull the cylinder head off and see exactly what damage and what we need to replace to get that going again. As I mentioned in the last episode, we do have the billet cams on the way, and we're going to do a bit of a mock-up fuel system, 044 fuel pump, put some bigger injectors in there and get it all going, just so we can get these maximum horsepower numbers out of this combo in Nick's car. Once we're pretty happy with it, Nick's going to start to wire up this new EP82, and he's going to do a bit of a paint job on it, and sooner or later we're going to transfer all the turbo stuff out of his white EP91 all into the EP82, and ultimately Nick's going to have himself a pretty cool car back on the road. Well anyway guys, just a short one for today, but again, if you've got any of these parts, please reach out to us. We really appreciate your help, and I'll see you guys in the next one.